And we're back again with a typical Star Trek Discovery episode. I guess I deserve this letdown after being too optimistic last time. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another video from my series Quick Thoughts On, in which I always talk about different stories from the rich Star Trek universe. A few weeks ago, the next episode of Star Trek Discovery premiered. It was called Terra Firma, Part 2, and these are my honest opinions about it. Well, long story short, it's much worse than the first part. This episode is very well written, well, technically, but it fails for one simple reason. For it to work, you must love the main characters. The only characters I like in the third season are Book and sometimes Saru. All of the other characters I either don't care about or I hate them so much that I hope they will be written off the show very soon. Which characters do belong in that third category? For example, Michael, the Empress, Jet Reno, or Adira. So we have an episode about a character kind of dying and another character leaving the show for a different reason, and I hate both of the characters so much that I want to get rid of them. The whole episode fails for me. And all that this episode is are emotions. If I don't feel these emotions, there is absolutely nothing in this episode for me to enjoy. So yes, we see a lot of crying, lots of whispering, lots of crying, and I couldn't care less. So what am I supposed to talk about if this episode didn't connect with me on any emotional level? It does have some really stupid moments, but 99% of the time I'm just bored. As this is one of the episodes in which after a few minutes I went to get my smartphone and check my emails because it was more fun than watching this thing. So we start where we left off last week. Mirror Michael is in jail and is being tortured. They want to get the names of her co-conspirators from her. The names which the Empress already knows, because she has been there already. But she simply needed some reason to not to kill her, Michael, because she is now good, I guess. Even though in the last 2.5 seasons she has never done or said or even hinted about anything which would suggest that she's not evil anymore. Or maybe it is the truth. Maybe women do think that men are telepaths. Ladies, if your man asks you if there is something wrong and you tell him that nothing is wrong, your man will act like nothing is wrong. If you pretend that you're a cold-blooded bitch, we will assume that you're a cold-blooded bitch. JoJo has acted like an evil person the whole time she was on the show, and her sudden switch is very confusing and it feels kind of cheap and not really deserved. Captain Killy does the interrogation of Michael, because this is Discovery, and everybody does everything what the script demands. So of course a captain interrogates a prisoner, and we see many scenes of her slowly starting to break, intercut with JoJo trying to be friendly to Mirror Saru and turn him into her personal spy. So, of course, one day Michael suddenly claims that she wants to switch the sides again, swears her loyalty to JoJo again, and starts hunting down the other rebels. But in a twist which everybody could expect, Michael suddenly switches sides. Again, she tries to murder the Empress, but Killy and Saru come rushing to help her. A fight starts and it ends with JoJo and Michael killing themselves. So we see JoJo die, but then she gets better and wakes up in, quote, our, quote, universe. And we're back to Michael and Carl. Michael claims that Giorgio passed out for less than a minute, but the Empress has several months of memories and biosigns recorded. Carol claims that this was just a test if she was worthy of rescuing, I think, and that he can send her to a much safer time and place. So when they ask him who he is, he claims that he is the guardian of forever. Wow, that was dumb. That opens so many questions. Why is his personality completely different from the two previous occurrences? Why does he have a human-looking avatar? How did he transport himself to a different planet? How did he escape from the sensors of the Federation? How did the AI from Discovery know that he's on this planet? And many, 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 many more. So Giorgio has to make a big decision. Will she stay with Michael and die within the next day, or will she get beamed somewhere else and continue living? Well, of course, she decides to go to the past, so that the long-rumored Section 31 show can happen, and the episode tries to turn this into a very sad moment. But as I said, it does nothing for me because the series so far has done nothing for me to like the Empress. I have to admit that I'm actually quite happy that she's gone. And even though the story is over, the episode continues. Meanwhile on the ship, we are unfortunately reintroduced to Jet Reno, which means that nothing even remotely funny will happen during this scene. They spend something what feels like 2 hours arguing about nonsense like if candy is food or not. I guess this is what politically correct people consider to be funny? Arguing about pointless nonsense like candy? Anyway, Book, using Emerald Chain technology, manages to hack the systems of the Kelpian ship, which is inside of the space thingy, and it's neat to see they think I care. So let's end the episode with the worst way possible, people having a ceremony for Giorgio. And they remember all of the great moments they had with her, like when she threatened to murder every one of them, she threw food at them or was constantly rude to them. Such a great character and such a great role model for little girls, right? Well, this episode is to me a huge letdown, especially after the pretty good previous episode. The writers did their best, but the episode works only if you like the character of the Empress, which, as I already said, I don't. I might be weird, but I don't like people who eat other intelligent creatures, kill their own people just for fun, conquer worlds for resources, constantly threaten to kill their so-called friends, and other very lovely things. I might be weird, but I think that that character is horrible and I want to see them dead or at least gone, so the thought that I will never ever see her again makes me actually pretty happy and not sad, but seeing other characters being sad makes me a bit confused. I mean, this crew is weird. They like the dictator. A person who committed mutiny, assaulted her captain, started a war with a hostile race, constantly breaks every rule, ignores her orders despite being a military officer, is treated like a goddess, a mentally ill teenage girl who they just grabbed on the way as a civilian is allowed to work on their drive, and the fact that she stopped seeing and hearing a dead person is treated as a bad thing. The captain makes an emotionally unstable ensign a first officer. A weird woman with PTSD is allowed to fly the ship. Why do people like these characters? That's a genuine question. I mean, I honestly do not understand why people like them. On my standard scale, from 0 to 10, where 0 is complete garbage, 10 is a masterpiece, and 5 is just average, I would give this episode 4 out of 10. But as always, these were just my opinions. Let me know what did you think about it. Did you love it, hate it, or did you think it's just average? Let me know down in the comment section, and we'll meet soon, hopefully tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye.